Hello everyone, this is Admiral Prince Eric here and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I would like to talk to you about the patch 14.9 update. So this is gonna be get ready for something, a new content right now, and something goes forward on the new ships. Okay, so before I would like to begin discussion about, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel, click the bell on the notification icon. So I hope you gotta get ready for this. Alright, so let's head on for the news. Okay, so we're getting ready I'm getting ready. Here it comes. Okay, the update 14.9, the US Navy's 250th anniversary. So this is gonna be the commemoration of the United States Navy since the establishment of the sea power at the middle of the 18th century on this time to its present times. So captains, due to the installation of the update, the server will be unavailable for 3 hours at this time on October 2, Thursday. Okay, don't forget to claim right now for the 1 day of Warships preview account until on October 27 at 9 p.m. Don't forget as always. Okay, so let's start off for this topic. Okay, the Liberty Harbor. It began on October 9 at 3 a.m. until on December 4 at the same time. Build your naval base, delve into US Navy history, and earn free Tier 8 American Heavy Cruiser Bridgeport, which means a member of the Oregon City class cruiser. October 13 marks the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy that was established during the American Revolutionary War, initially for that though as a continental navy. To celebrate this historical occasion, we prepared a special event, Liberty Harbor. You will be able to build a naval base, learn more about the glorious past of the US Navy, and earn team rewards like new US Cruiser Bridgeport, which can be yours for free without taking doubloons. In this event, you follow a young naval officer who was raised on his father's stories about the great deeds of the US Navy and experiences as a naval base commander. Upon returning home, this young officer finds the toy naval base he once played with and decades to rebuild it, and while doing so, he remembers the tales and lessons of his father. Okay, the building Liberty Harbor. Constructing Liberty Harbor requires the completion of 4 areas. The Naval Command lets you access special combat missions for random and ranked battles, as well as brawls. Operation Command lets you take special combat missions for operations, co-op battles, and temporary battle types. And the Military Port allows you to send your ships on expeditions. Expeditions use the ships available in your port. You need to dispatch a fleet that meets certain requirements. If a ship is on an expedition, it remains available for use in battles. Last, Fewer Terminal allows you to take more missions or expeditions in other areas. Completing combat missions and sending your fleets on expeditions will earn you the necessary naval base supplies to build and upgrade the areas. Each area consists of 3 levels to improve its visuals and functionality, plus 10 intermediate stages that increase the income from that area. You're free to construct and upgrade the areas of Liberty Harbor in the order you to prefer. On top of that, you can focus purely on the battle types you prefer. For example, if you enjoy ranked battles the most, you can concentrate on developing naval command and completing missions from that area. Combined with the resources you can get from expeditions, missions from a single area can provide you with enough naval base supplies to fully build Liberty Harbor. Through the event, active players will be able to earn enough naval base supplies to fully build Liberty Harbor for free. Accelerating the process using doubloons is also an option. One level costs 2k doubloons, while intermediate stages are available for 250 doubloons each. Okay, for progression and rewards. Building new levels in each area will advance you to event's progress bar, and each new level will unlock one of the hero's memories, offering stories of the US Navy's exploits and valuable rewards. Among them, you will find the new team items, the Navy 250th anniversary flag, U.S. Commander, simply the U.S. Historical Commander John Berry. John Berry is the U.S. Admiral who's consistently called it the father of the Navy. The blue, gold, and white permanent camouflage and the battle line of the Pacific permanent camouflage for the top tier Montana. The final reward of the event is a new American Beauty heavy cruiser Bridgeport, which means a member of the Oregon City class cruiser that was never built and unfinished after the war's end. So it was named after the city in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Building each intermediate stage will bring you one Liberty Harbor collection token. Note that the remaining collection tokens can be obtained in exchange for naval base supplies after you finish building Liberty Harbor. For completing the collection, you get a seasoned U.S. Historical Commander David Farragut with 10 skill points and a Liberty Harbor achievement. Okay, David Farragut becomes that he is the first Admiral of the United States Navy, taking upon the best code during the American Civil War. Damn, the torpedoes speed up ahead, which is one of the most example codes by David Farragut himself. And he is the namesake of the American destroyer Farragut, that he is the lead ship of the Farragut class destroyers. But you can find them right now as a tier 6 destroyer that ever recognized in the game. Alright, for decorated ports. To further celebrate the anniversary, we prepared 2 ports that have been decorated in honor of the US Navy. So please check it out. Something goes on the animation. Wow, that is gotta be a definitely more background. Okay, so along for that is the Indiana joins. Alongside Liberty Harbor, another centerpiece of the anniversary will be the arrival of Indiana with her commemorative Navy 250 permanent camouflage. Indiana, the name after the state of Indiana, and she is the member of the South Dakota class battleship 1939 design. She was famous about her services during the Second World War at the time. Starting in the second week of the update, she will be available at the end of the team sequential bundles as well as the Admiral Pack. Indiana can also be obtained from Navy 250 premium containers without the Navy 250 permanent camouflage. Alright, so the next topic is Dockyard Lushun B. Okay, this is gonna be the next Dockyard event after Laffy. It starts on October 2, the day of the patch, which means the 3 a.m. until it ends on November 25 at the same time. Construct Lushun B at the dockyard and add a Black Friday fleet destroyer to your port. Okay, now's my chance. For over 2 years been waiting for that since my computer that had very problem. Now, the first attempt that you ever recognized for the Lushun the way back 2 years ago in 2023 during the updates 12.7 and 12.9. But that thing happened though in the update 12.8 itself that I never played upon this because my computer is just a problem. But now here we are for taking the second chance that ever wanted to claim this ship ever. But this time around is a black version to the pre-Black Friday events takes on, but it will be here right now for the future updates to be discussed. Okay, so let's get on to it. In update 14.9, a new dockyard opened its gates, marking the beginning of our Black Friday activities this year. You can build Lushun B, the black version of Pan-Asian destroyer of the original ship. The original ship was constructed in the dockyard during updates 12.7 until in 12.9, and she's making her first return since then. Okay, so showcasing my dockyard Lushun B forward will be straightforward on the similar contrast of the original ship Lushun, but there will be the same parameters like the original ship at this one. They're using the heavy repair teams as well as the hydroacoustic search. The only ornament for that is the using deep water torpedoes, making use for that to engage against cruisers, battleships, and aircraft carriers. Lushun B's ornament consists of 4 fast reloading 130mm guns with high damage per minute when slinging AP shells, plus 2 quintuple tube torpedo launchers packing deep water torpedoes. The ship has good concealment but leaves much to be desired in terms of maneuverability. She comes with an unusual set of consumables that includes heavy repair teams and hydroacuity search, but lacks both engine boost and smoke generator. These both consumables on Lushun B is not available, but in contrast of the similar of the Pan-Asian destroyers and the Tetri. Now, the dockyard consists of 35 construction paces, or simply shipbuilding paces, and you can progress through 30 of them by completing dedicated combat missions. The remaining paces must be obtained for doubloons. The cheapest way to get these paces is through starter pads offering 5 paces for 5k doubloons or 10 paces for 9k doubloons. If you plan to take advantage of this opportunity, don't wait for too long. The pads will only be available until you complete 10 paces via combat missions. Alternatively, paces can be purchased individually for 1.35k doubloons. Dockyard combat missions will be available for the whole duration of update 14.9 and first 3 weeks of update 14.10. After that, you have 5 more days to complete Lushun B using doubloons, and the dockyard will be removed from the port 2 days before they release the update 14.11. So please sure to check it out, my dockyard showcase of the original ship Lushun B, link in the description below. So that's for the reason that I never been showcase about the Dockyard Lushun B, but this is going to be a same similar for the fact. Okay, so let's move on. Unity, Justice, Freedom Event Pass. It began on at the start to the end of update 14.9 from October 2 until October 30 at 3 a.m. Mark the day of German Unity with an event pass featuring German team rewards and Halloween items in the second line. On October 3, Germany celebrates its Reunification Day. So this happens after the Second World War, when Germany was divided into 4 Allied powers and then struggled up to the base for the Cold War era, until in 1990 that happened when the Germany was reunified. On this date in 1990, East and West Germany have been divided for decades, united as one country once again. To mark this significant date, we prepare an event pass filled with German themed content. The second progression line also offers some Halloween items. Among the highlights of the first progression line are Commander Goldese, the black red gold permanent camouflage, and the Iron Cross permanent camouflage for field shields as a final reward. You might recognize of the Iron Cross permanent camouflage, a board that was used for field shields from the early access 4 years ago for the German destroyers in early access. So, however, the black, red and gold permanent camouflage that would be remembered about from the last year is for the German super battleship Hanover, aka the Super Brawler. Especially for that the Commander Goldese is still currently commanding this super ship. Unlocking the second progression line for 2.5k doubloons will immediately grant you Commander Delphius Oracle as a bonus reward. After that, each level on both lines can be completed by dedicated combat missions or for 750 doubloons each. Further down the line, you'll find rewards like the Infernal Permanent Camouflage for Tier 8 ships, German battleship Prince Eitel von Friedrich at Tier 6, and an Infernal Permanent Camouflage for the top tier ships. For completing extra levels of the first and second lines, you receive 1 time more signal containers and 1 time red bonuses containers for each level correspondingly. However, for those on players who already compensated for that as follows. For the Iron Cross permanent camouflage that you ever receive this duplicate for the use of the field shields, you will get a 7.875k million credits. As well as the Prince Eitel Friedrich, meanwhile, you already compensated for that you will give a 7.2 million credits. Okay, the early access to new German cruisers continues. It will be ended until October 30 at 3 a.m. Early access continues takes on in this update. Deutschland, Amberskier, Neseweg, Manteuffel, and Prince Albert are obtainable. You can get even more Germanic content by participating in early access to a new line of Kriegsmarine cruisers. The famously well-known the Panzerschiff, or simply pocket battleships. Explore these close quarters brawlers and try the manually controlled secondaries. For Deutschland, Skier and Nesseberg will be available in sequential bottles for German tokens. Manteuffel is available in random bottles for doubloons. And finally, the top tier Prince Ada build is available at the end of sequential bottles for doubloons. Additionally, during early access, you can obtain the Otsee permanent camouflage for Nesseberg, Arctic permanent camouflage for Manteuffel, and Atlantic permanent camouflage for Prince Adalbert, as well as other German team items. In update 14.9, it's only possible to obtain German tokens from the random bottles available for doubloons. With the release the next update, the new German cruisers will become available for everyone to research in the tech tree. Any unused German tokens will automatically be converted into credits at the rate of 1 token for 15,000 credits. Okay, one of the most interesting for the mods on the update 40.9 is a battle chat update. Those you can chat with, adjusting ship display, the game remembers your settings. For the first time in 10 years, the battle chat has been increasingly modernized. Something goes on for that in the game for an update. In this update brings new customization options and several improvements to our battle chat system. Click the menu next to the chat window to choose the players you want to communicate with in the battle chat. All players, only your teammates, only your division members, or no one. Regardless of selected setting, you'll still be able to send and receive quick commands. Additionally, in this menu, you can choose if players will be displayed in the chat by both their name and ship or by just one of them. The game will remember your choices and use them in future battles. On top of that, in case a player sends the same quick command multiple times in a row, it will be displayed in the chat only once. Certain quick commands sent to a specific player will be shown only to him and the sender, and tactical quick commands will disappear from the chat after some time. Alright, the 10th anniversary Grand Voyages continues, taking place in this update, but it was from the update 40.7, but we're still ongoing for that day until it ends on January 1, 2026 at 3 a.m. Grand Voyage set sails on. Keep up with daily missions to secure GQ Johnny and collect voyage tokens that can be exchanged for doubloon or steel. The Grand Voyage continues. This event is dedicated to the game's anniversary and spans several updates, offering many activities and opportunities to get valuable rewards. Keep pursuing an iconic destroyer GQ Johnny by fighting 3 or 5 battles per day. Note, but that you haven't started completing the dedicated missions yet, time is running out, but you can still begin on October 1 and have enough time to earn the ship by fighting 5 battles a day for 90 days in a row. Don't forget to complete the welcome bonus and daily rewards mission. They reward voyage tokens that can be exchanged for doubloons or steel at a 1-to-1 rate. Alright, Blast from the Past is ongoing. It ends until on October 27 at the same time. It was debuted on this update, but it still continues on in this update. The throwback battle type continues with the 2022 chapter and the final chapter using wider selection of ships and maps. As part of the celebration of the 10th anniversary of the game, we launched a temporary battle type called Blast from the Past. It's inspired by the earlier days of World of Warships and limit ship selections to battleships, cruisers, and destroyers. In update 14.9, the final chapters of Blast from the Past awaits, each for lasting 2 weeks. Blast from the Past 2022. Head into the battle at the helms of Tier 9 and 10 ships that existed in the game in 2022. The battles will take place on the maps that were released by this year. And Blast from the Past. In the final chapter of the event, you can take most of Tier 9 and 10 battleships, cruisers, and destroyers currently available in the game into battles. Only hybrid ships plus ships with airstrike, burst fire, or combat instructions are not allowed. A full selection of maps is available in this chapter. Alright, for the brawls on update 14.9, we'll be ready to take opportunity next week. So the first brawl takes place will be on October 6 to 13. It will be a 3 versus 3 tier 9 ships and no more than 2 battleships, 2 cruisers and 2 destroyers per team, and divisions up to 3 players. The second brawl takes on at the start on October 13. It will be a 3 versus 3 tier 8 ships, no more than 1 battleship, 2 cruisers and 1 destroyer per team. No aircraft carriers and submarines allowed in the team, and divisions are up to 3 players. For the final round takes on 2 versus 2 tier 10 ships, no more than 1 battleship, 1 cruiser and 1 destroyer per team, and no aircraft carriers or submarine allowed in the team. Divisions are up to 2 players. Alright, the next one is the Armory. Ocean for research points and defense for coal, alongside the regular ship rotation. Starting with update 14.9, a new rare British aircraft carrier Ocean will become available in the Armory for 62,000 research points. Ocean is a Member Colossus class light aircraft carrier that was laid down in the UK during the Second World War. She entered service in August 1945, but it was too late to participate in the conflict, and was used for testing purposes, including her first jet aircraft takeoff and landing on the carrier. In the 1950s, Ocean saw her share of action, as she participated in the Korean War and Suez Crisis, before being placed in reserve in 1958 and scrapped 4 years later. Ocean comes with jets as her attack aircraft and bombers. These bombers boast high speed, but they are not very maneuverable. Both squadrons are equipped with a smoke skirting generated consumable that you can help your teammates or hide your own maneuvers. However, these squadrons have a small number of aircraft on deck, long preparation time and small HP pools, meaning you have to use them for quick surgical strikes. In contrast, her torpedo bomber squadron has a large number of aircraft that prepare quickly and have large HP pools. This squadron also comes with additional charges for the engine cooling, patrol fighters, and repair consumables. The ship has a small HP pool, weak armor, no secondary armament, and her speed leaves much to be desired. To survive battles, her captains will need to rely on her good concealment and positions her with great care. Additionally, with the release of the update 14.9, Epic British Large Cruiser Defense will become available for 415,000 coal. Oh, okay, this has got to be a lot of expensive. You might recognize some of the defense for 2 years ago. It was part of the salvage for victory to getting on about this, and I never claimed for the tier 10 Japanese light cruiser Kitakami. Alright, ship rotation. With the regular rotation, a group of ships has been temporarily removed from the armory and pre shop, with another one group taking its place. You can find a list of the removed and added ships in the armory section of the 14.9. Alright, the next one, content additions and changes. The British historical commander Cuthbert Collingwood with individual voiceover. You can earn this commander for free by completing combat mission dedicated to 220th anniversary of the Battle of Trafalgar. Finally, the last one is a grand trial of Autumn Pace patch. Okay, the King of the Sea ATN finalist achievement, the King of the Sea ATN viewer, King of the Sea ATN participant, and King of the Sea 18 flights. The salt and stone permanent camouflage for Cristoforo Colombo. Note, this content will be distributed update 14.10. With the release of the update 14.9, we're updating the content of Junior Recruiting Station, Seasoned Recruiting Station, and Veteran Recruiting Station containers. You can find more details about these changes in the development blog position. Ships that will be coming for a super testing. The Lanshaw is a tier 8, Nuremberg 44 the tier 7, Lucilion takes on the tier 10 ship. Bremen is going to be the increased frustrations of Ariana, sorry. Aki, the Japanese battleship hybrid, the Hawaii, which is a member of the Alaska class cruiser, never laid down, and the French submarine Sukhov. Okay, last but not least, we're taking care about the other changes so far, but I would not to read it entirely. Okay, so I hope you enjoy about that I read entirely for the patch notes 14.9. So let's get on to the battle. Uh, Before I would like to leave for that at the moment. So I will going for at the start of the next year is decided to take retired to play World of Warships for 1 or 2 years. But don't worry, I will be come back for that very soon. Okay, so that's it. Yan lang po talaga. So I hope you enjoyed for that the patch notes 14.9 update so far. So please don't forget to close close the calendar. Sorry. Okay, so announcements we ever going forward. So everything wanted to go for the Lushun B at the time, which is gonna be the excitement for the 2 years. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed for that, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and click the bell notification icon. So we got some sexy moves out there. Okay, so we're on right now and get ready to start for this moment. So I hope you enjoy and thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to the old Emily man of the briefcase ever somehow, and as well as the bombing here at the bus terminal in the Bisoria, Manila. So please check it out. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoy for that, and I will see you guys in my next video. So good luck for that, the Dockyard Event to getting on Lushun B. Peace out guys.